All right, hi everybody. So for this assignment, we're not actually going to draw anything. This week, it's going to be photography based, specifically landscape photography or just any kind of maybe a cityscape, something around you. So think about to yourself, what is an area of your life that really stands out as something that encapsulates maybe a piece of you or maybe connects to your theme in some way? The corner of a city street that you walk past every single day, that park bench you just can't go without sitting on for an hours on end. I don't know. So think about where you want to take your photograph, but specifically, we're going to focus on a thing called the rule of thirds. So let's check that out. All right. So the rule of thirds is basically what you see here. This is just a royalty-free image I stole online. But the basic idea is if you take your composition and divide it into thirds, so thirds going top to bottom vertically, thirds going side to side horizontally, and where those lines intersect, so wherever you see like a little plus, right? There's four of them on the screen. If you put your focal point, whatever it is, it could be a portrait of a person, an animal here like this wolf. If it's a landscape, if there's, again, if you're taking a photograph of a park bench, make sure that it's in one of those four intersections. And it's going to dramatically increase the value and interest of your composition. This technique is relatively simple, but it's also similar to a mathematical equation called the golden ratio. Now, the golden ratio has a slightly different equation. It's not just thirds top to bottom, but the concept is still the same, and it's used throughout paintings and photography throughout all of history. So let me show you how to turn the grid on your phone. I'm going to use my iPhone, but there is a way to do it on Android as well. It's pretty simple. So first, go ahead and open up into your settings, scroll down and click on the camera button, and then scroll down a little bit, and inside composition, you'll see the word grid. When you turn that on, you'll see a grid. So here we go. You can see I've got my grid turned on my camera here, and I'm just looking around. This is a lake nearby my house that I like to go for hikes with my son. So you'll also notice there's other aspects to using your camera here. Obviously, I can use this little line in the middle to tell me when my camera is perfectly straight and level. And maybe you want that, maybe you don't, and that's fine. But I'm trying to think about how I want to center or align my composition, right? Do you want to zoom in, zoom out? Trying to think about the contrast of the lights to dark, things like that. Now, when you're done, you'll end up with 3 to 5 good looking photographs, something kind of like these. When you're done, choose one of your photographs and go ahead and feel free to experiment with it a little bit. Depending on what type of phone you're using, or if you've used a traditional DSLR digital camera, you can take it into Photoshop or GIMP or some other photo editing app. I'm doing it directly on my phone. But change those values, right? You can see I'm changing the brightness, the composition. For the sake of our assignment, I do want to tell everyone to switch it into black and white, into grayscale. So whether you use a filter or whether you literally desaturate the photograph, desaturate means to make it grayscale, saturate means to make it color. So desaturate, so whenever you're all done, you will end up with a single, well-composed photograph of a landscape or some area nearby you or something that's important to you that is in grayscale. So that'll be it. We'll see you guys next time. All the best.